day 10 of Camp NaNoWriMo, and I'm back for another like day in the life of me doing Camp NaNoWriMo video. I'm gonna start with, this is like my hair naturally. It's kind of Hermione-y. It's not curly and not straight. And so I'm gonna do something about it, and then I'm going to get started with the rest of my day as this happens. So I didn't write a lot this weekend because it was my son's birthday on Sunday. So Saturday and Sunday, it was a lot of like getting ready for a party, throwing the party, cleaning up. We still have some stuff to clean up, but it was pretty draining. I made my son his second annual video, like a year in his life video, and it was 30 minutes long and I cried as I was making it. And so that was kind of a tough, like, emotional night, not in a bad way, just going back and seeing him grow up and pairing it with some of my favorite songs like hits me hard. I'm excited that he's 2. I'm sad that he's growing up, but I'm excited that he is getting older and more independent. We've moved outside. The porch is way too sunny to sit on. I've been super negative this morning and I don't really know why. I think part of it is just I'm tired, but I've been trying to be more positive. So I almost went back inside when I couldn't work on the porch, which would have been bad because I would have to take my son in with me, and he is being a terror inside. He's literally destroying everything. I was like, I'm just going to go sit in the shade, which is on the top of a hill on the edge of our property, but that's fine. So now we're sitting up here and I'm gonna try to get some writing done up here, or at least some planning, and enjoy the nice weather because it's been raining the past few days. So I really appreciate that it's not raining today because I could not spend another day inside. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna ignore the bugs. I'm gonna ignore the smell of dog poop that's coming from somewhere around here. And I'm just going to try to enjoy it out here. Stop pulling her tail. So I tried to be positive and it didn't last very long. The bugs were so bad. I just had to get out of the house, and he had to get out of the house, and he's still wearing pajamas, and that's fine. So we're gonna go, I know for sure I'm gonna get coffee. Other than that, I'm not so sure what we're doing. Potentially going to get bug spray. It's already almost 2 o'clock and I don't think he's gonna nap, and so we're just gonna accept it and move on. I've shown this yet. This is my vegetable garden. This is my first year really going all out, so I don't know. So far I'm happy with it. Having a vegetable garden is a lifelong dream of mine, which sounds kind of silly, but I read the American Girl books growing up like everyone else did my age, and my favorite was Molly, and she grew up during World War II, and so they had a victory garden in their backyard, and I always thought that was the coolest thing ever. So right now I'm trying to grow tomatoes, lettuce, bell peppers, and then onions. Onions I'm nervous about because I also read the, what were they called? The diary books where they would like write from the perspective of a girl throughout history, and I read one about the Oregon Trail, and in one scene they pick some wild onions to cook with, and a little kid ends up dying because they were poisonous. And ever since I've been nervous to grow onions, but I thought I would just go ahead and try, get over my fear. So we just got back from a walk, which normally helps a lot. Just calming me down, calming my son down. Obviously physical exercise, as much as I hate it, helps me like get more focused. And so now I'm back ready to write. I have some watermelon and cantaloupe that I'm excited to eat. It's not as good as the birthday cupcakes we have left over, but it's fine. I don't care. So I want to update you really quickly on what I've been writing since last Thursday. I think I uploaded on Friday, but I filmed on Thursday. So since then, okay, so this is how much I've written. you can see that on the 7th, no, the 8th. The 8th, that was my son's birthday, but the night of the 8th, I wrote a lot, like almost 3,000 words. I was just like so overwhelmed with being behind that I knew I had to catch up. And then last night I only wrote like 200 and something words, but I'm not that far behind. Let's look. So I have to be at 13,000 today. So I have under 3,000 words to write, which is, it's manageable. It's a little stressful looking at that. I don't know what to say at this point. I'll get it done. I've been further behind and I caught up, so. I'm gonna start with a 10-minute word sprint just because I feel more centered after my walk, but I don't feel like focused. I wrote 316 words. Usually in 10 minutes I can do like 400, so that's not that far off. But I did get distracted a little bit. Don't touch the tripod, please. I gave him a piece of watermelon while I was writing and he was eating the entire thing. I have 507 words. I need like 2,000 more. I'm gonna write as much as I can tonight and I will update you guys with how many words I get at the end of this video. But I wanted to talk about one more thing before I end the video. I think I mentioned this in my prep vlogs, but I'm working on a YA dystopian and I planned it out like a standalone novel that had 3 different parts. Sometimes I call them books, sometimes I call them parts, but essentially I wanted one book, one long book. When I was halfway through writing the novel, I thought maybe this would be better as a trilogy because they kind of are in 3 different places. So the first place is the main character's hometown. The second place is in Atlanta, capital of Georgia, as I'm sure everyone knows. And then the third place is the country. And I thought that is going to be way too long of a book if it's just a standalone. But I think I decided yesterday I want to continue with the standalone, but just have them be in 2 of those places. So just have them stay in Georgia and then potentially work on a second book where they take their adventures outside of Georgia. I think this solved a lot of my concerns because I know how I want it to end, like in Atlanta. I know that. And I think that would be a good ending for a book. It's hard when you haven't been published and you're thinking about more than one book in a series because it's so iffy. Like, what if I edit this book and polish it and start submitting it and no one likes it? I just feel like having more than one book in mind is riskier than just writing like a standalone book that you can just submit and say, this is like the whole story, this is it. Like, just sell one book. So if you guys have any thoughts on that, let me know. Standalones versus like planning out duologies or trilogies before you've even like finished the first book. I honestly don't know how much I filmed today. I feel like it was, my son is screaming in the background because he's getting a bath. He dumped an entire bucket of sand on his head and so he's getting a bath and he's not enjoying it. It was just an off day. Going into Camp NaNoWriMo, I decided I was gonna film on Tuesday and Thursdays, like vlog on Tuesday and Thursdays, and I really like that plan because I like being able to be consistent. But with that comes along the risk that you're gonna have an off day and you already decided to film that day, so you're just gonna have to post whatever happens. But again, I think that's reality. So I am gonna keep writing. I'll show you how many words I got here. Hopefully it's a lot. I'm sorry if it isn't to me, I guess, my future self, sorry. Or good job. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it and I will see you next time.